Let's do a quick switch and talk next about Advtech. I'm going to do that even though it says Caxton there because it makes sense to put these two together. Advtech, of course, is the company which was in the sights of Curro. It's a much more established company, Advtech. It's been around the market considerably longer and it's got a bunch of different groupings in there. The best known, of course, is probably the Crawford colleges. And that company, market capitalization-wise, is smaller, which is interesting since its owner has been a little longer, but it's 5.5 billion rand. There you go. Price to earnings ratio is 29.5. Dividend yield is 2.13. So, Devin, I mean, Frank Thompson was the CEO, then he stepped down, then they had, a brief period where there was another person involved. I'll think of his name in a minute. Frank comes back, right?
Yes.
And that all seems a bit weird. Leslie Marsdorp, thank you. I should be left over the knuckles because I actually know him quite well. Frank gets into a conversation with the Curro people. It looks as though a deal is possible. They're even talking price. Then there's a bit of a conversation about Rand's value and about the number of shares that are going to exchange hand. Boom, the whole thing gets very ugly and then the whole deal falls apart. Why did that happen? And why did the Advtech share price not go down once that bidder was away in the market?
Yeah, so we saw quite a strong rally in the share, as you would expect when the Curro deal was announced and on the table. And then there was a lot of to and fro. It didn't get hostile, but it got quite tenuous. From what I can see, Curro came out and said they wanted more transparency on the due diligence of the group. And one of the things I think that concerned them was the ownership or the leasing of Advtech's properties. Now, Curro owns all their premises, whereas Advtech doesn't. Now, that can be a potential weakness because a school is not like a commercial business that can just up and move into another office park. They are fixed. They've got their captive audience around them, so they can be held to ransom
move across town
by bad leases, that type of thing. So that was one that I think they wanted clarification on. The Advtech, the major shareholders were keen for the deal, but yes, I think that it was getting a little bit too tenuous, a little bit too argument, and I think that would have been quite value destructive to then try to put these two parties together.
So the Curro people withdrew, but as you say, one must wonder now what happens. The share price has stayed high. The earnings throughout the process were actually quite good. There was a trading update, and so it doesn't look as though Advtech's doing badly. And it does make sense that the market's still big and attractive. So is it in play or isn't it? I mean, what do you think is going to happen next? Is Frank going to stay at the helm forever? What are the shareholders of Advtech that were thinking that the deal was imminent going to do next? Are they just going to back the business to continue in its current format?
Look, I think Advtech as a potential takeout target by someone is still in play. The fact that the market isn't back to pre-deal levels or pre-approach levels does make you think that the market thinks, okay, well, you've got the shareholders backing it, you've got some management backing it. There might be other people sniffing around, maybe not local players, that would be interested in a
Okay, but as we normally do, we're going to discount that with regard to the valuation. So as far as this one's concerned, hot or not, on its own merits, currently trading at around this kind of 12, 13 Rand level, you happy to buy them?
It is a bit pricey. I like them, Paul. You use the word established, and that's exactly what they are. You know what you're getting in it. Massively cash generative, strong balance sheet. I'm hot on it.
Yeah. Okay. Just to recap, I'm hot on this one too. Curro, you were saying hot or not? So we're hot. We're hot across the board on these ones.
We disagreed on that.
Good. Got that one.